My name is David Schramm. I work with MAGIC, a Palo Alto-based public service organization. We advocate science-based private choices and public policy. Having observed these marathon proceedings today and on several prior occasions, I thank you for your extraordinary patience, courtesy, and respect. Public policy rests upon prediction about consequences. Only when we accurately predict outcomes are policy choices meaningful. We may predict that 50% of unimpaired flow will be sufficient to restore salmon populations and make policy accordingly. If we predict badly, we were choosing few salmon even as we imagined we were choosing more. Since before statehood, Californians have been predicting how private choices and public policies will affect rivers, the Delta, the Bay, and species, including our own, that rely upon them. The decline of salmon to near extinction is evidence that we've been predicting poorly. Ironically, we've acted repeatedly in the name of science. Learning to discern sound science from flawed is central to sciencing well. Though most people, when considering water policy, think first of sciences like hydrology and fisheries biology, psychology may be as or more important. With psychology, we've learned that all of us bring cognitive biases to our sciencing. You and I, and the many others who participated directly and indirectly in shaping the Bay Delta Plan and alternatives to it, have interests less than perfectly aligned with common good. To science as required to make successful policy, we'll both admit to our biases and set them aside. When we narrowly benefit from one or another outcome, we're reliably biased toward it. The state and federal agency scientists and many other scientists who led in calling for adoption of regulations requiring 60 to 70% of minimum flows are without narrow benefit from such flows. In the Trump-Newsom era, they may even put their livelihoods at risk by advocating them. Water users who oppose these minimum flows are heavily invested in believing that their positions are scientifically sound, because their enterprises depend upon claiming for benefit of only some a public trust resource that belongs to all. Think of fossil hydrocarbon executives who for decades denied their complicity in climate debasement. You yourselves may feel that your position on the water board is contingent upon pleasing a governor who appointed you. Though you're too young to have lived through the Saturday Night Massacre, I commend to you the examples of Elliot Richardson and William Ruckelshaus, who refused to bow to tyranny and whose integrity has inspired me and countless others for half a century. Thank you very much for allowing me to offer my few thoughts today.